All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we actually have a phenomenal, gifted singer and performer right here, live on the air. We got the one and only Simone Cardoso right here, live on the line. How are you doing this evening?
Hey, thank you so much. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great, best I can possibly be down here in Canada. I gotta say, it's actually phenomenal to get the masks off and actually get back to relatively normal life.
Yeah, same here. LA kept the mandate for a bit longer than my hometown in Massachusetts, and we kind of just lifted that recently, and it's definitely been different, but it's so good to see that cases have been down and everything's kind of getting a little bit back to normal.
I gotta ask, what was it like actually like being in LA dealing with all the mandates going on? Because LA is a very lively city. Like, did it ever actually like did the streets ever go completely dead? Because I saw videos and pictures of New York City and it was just dead. And like, the city that never sleeps actually went completely empty.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot going on for a while, and actually I moved out here just 3 weeks before the pandemic hit. So my first 6 to 8 months here were pretty dry. I would say there wasn't much going on. But yeah, everyone tried to live as normally as possible, I guess, but all dining was closed. We were lucky enough that because it's such nice weather, outdoor dining remained open for the most part, so people still had, that opportunity to get out of the house and dine outdoors for a little while. But yeah, it definitely wasn't like it is now.
But I want to take you back to a much simpler time, to the beginning of your amazing career this far. And I have to ask first and foremost, what originally made you decide to pursue a career within the music industry initially? Because you're such a phenomenal, gifted singer.
Thank you so much. I mean, the decision was pretty much made for me. I've loved singing ever since I can remember, and it was always something I wanted to do. I only realized it could really be a career for me, though, when I reached high school and I was recruited to be in a girl band. And that was my first taste into the music industry and made me realize that it was something I could do for the rest of my life.
And if you don't mind me asking about this girl band, like how long did you guys actually like go on for? Did you guys still do your thing after high school, or was this something you guys did after school time?
So it lasted for about 3 years, but it honestly feels like a lifetime. And yeah, it was pretty much my only extracurricular during high school because it took up so much of my time. We'd be in the studio until 3 a.m. and have to be at school by 7 a.m. the next morning, and rehearsals right after school, and constantly recording, doing shows, interviews, press, and it was a really amazing time. But yeah, overall, it was just about 3 years.
And also, as well, you actually had the opportunity to sing the national anthem not only for the Boston Red Sox, but also the Boston Celtics as well. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about those extraordinary events, and of course, how did it feel being so early on in your career in front of not only a stadium, but also an arena as well?
Yeah, those were incredible, incredible experiences for me. They were the largest crowds I've ever performed for solo, and, there was nothing quite like the applause being heard after that. It was really, really incredible highlight moments of my career, and it was just cool always having gone to those games and wondering, how can you be that person that performs the anthem and actually ending up getting that opportunity. So it was really, really cool.
And I gotta say as well, I couldn't imagine just actually being in front of that many people singing. I know you do it for a living, but me personally, I got massive stage fright. So just doing something like that is absolutely extraordinary. But if you're only asking, did you get the opportunity to meet any of the players of either of those teams after you did your after you sang the national anthem?
I actually don't think so. Not really able to have conversations with them, but got super close to them, and they definitely, passed their regards, I guess, with like a head nod and waves after the performances. So that was always really cool.
And also as well, October 18th of 2019, you actually released the 8-track debut album titled S95. I was wondering, what is the story and inspiration behind this phenomenal project? And of course, where can we actually buy or stream ourselves a copy of it today?
Yes, my debut EP S95 is available on all streaming platforms, so you can listen to it on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, just pretty much anywhere that you listen to your music. And the inspiration for it came from really wanting to put together a project to empower myself and to empower others. So when you do listen to it, you'll see a lot of themes of, kind of girl power and just kind of standing up for yourself in relationships and just taking charge, taking power. And that was something that was really important to me at the time, just in my own personal journey, and also something I really wanted to share with others that I felt could be related in many other people's lives.
And I gotta say as well, the one song that I really actually enjoyed off that project is actually Escape. I actually sat down and listened to the whole project, and I gotta say, it's definitely a phenomenal album, but Escape is definitely one of those songs that I really enjoyed.
Thank you so much. Escape is definitely one of my favorites, too. That was actually the last song I wrote for the project. I wasn't even planning on having it on there, and then we were in the studio finalizing another song, and my producer at the time played a new beat for me, and I just wrote it in like 30 minutes. He went to the store and ended up coming back, and I was like, oh, I kind of wrote a new song. Like, I think this will actually fit really well on the project. And yeah, I really, really still love it to this day, and I just actually released the acoustic version on my YouTube channel as well, too. You and anyone listening right now can definitely check that out.
And also as well, you actually had the opportunity to open up for Peachtree Rascals. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about that experience, and of course, did you actually get the opportunity to actually talk to them before or after the show?
Yeah, I opened up for Peachtree Rascals and also Umi, one of my favorite artists, and I was definitely able to chat with them after the show. It was really great meeting them. The guys are all super great, and Umi's energy is, like, amazing. It was so, so great meeting her, and they are amazing performers, so it was just a great time all around, and yeah, I'm really thankful that I was able to connect with them after the show and talk to them a bit.
And I gotta say as well, it must have been a surreal feeling as well, just being able to talk to one of your favorite performers as well, just especially instead of being there as a fan and buying a ticket and a VIP meet and greet is one thing, but being able to be a performer and still get the opportunity to meet one of your idols is definitely a phenomenal feeling.
Definitely, for sure. And when I actually booked the gig to perform at Salve Regina, I didn't actually know who the headlining act was going to be at the time. So when I did find out it was someone that I really loved and listened to their music often, it was an incredible moment for me.
And I have to ask, when you actually spoke to her, did she actually give you any praise for your performance? Did she actually really show you love for what you did on that stage?
Yeah, actually, she told me that she was able to catch some of my set and that she really loved my sound, and that was really amazing to hear from her.
And also as well, July 16th of 2021, you actually released one of my personal favorite songs by you, titled Missed Calls. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this song, and of course, what was the inspiration behind it?
So, funny enough, the inspiration was a missed call. Someone, from my past that I hadn't spoken to in a while, ended up reaching out, and I missed the call, and it just got me thinking about so many things and the situation that we were in, and I wrote the song within a matter of minutes, and yeah, it's a very honest song. Everything you hear in the lyrics is pretty true.
Hey, but you know what? You gotta love those songs, though, because a lot of people sometimes, they make songs that don't really come from the heart, but you could definitely tell with this song that it definitely did come from the heart.
Yeah, definitely. And when I, sat down and listened to it back after I wrote it, I was like, is this too personal? Like, is this something that people won't relate to? And I realized, no, like, we all go through some kind of, situationship like that, and the feedback has been wonderful on that song, and so many people told me that they've experienced the same thing. So I'm really glad that I went on with it and was able to put it out.
And also as well, immediately following this interview, I am actually going to be playing a song that you actually dropped literally less than 2 months ago on February 22nd of 2022, titled Home to Me. I was wondering, what can our listeners expect from this song if they haven't already heard it when I play it right here on the Canadian FM dial momentarily?
Yeah, Home to Me is another one of my favorites. I mean, it's my latest drop, so it's very special to me. And I actually wrote it just, a month prior to putting it out, which doesn't normally happen for me. For example, Missed Calls was released over a year after it was written. So Home to Me I actually wrote in the first few days of the new year, and it was just something as soon as I wrote the words, I was like, I want to share this right now. It's just such a good feeling, and it brings you back to the kind of memories that are bittersweet. So even though you miss those times, it's like you're so grateful for them and you cherish them so much. And I wanted to capture that sonically as well, which I think me and my friend Xander, who produced it, did a really good job with. So, yeah, I think it'll just, bring you back, and you can form those memories that are important to you in your life when you listen to the song.
And also as well, tomorrow night you are actually going to be taking the stage at Language's LA Showcase at 4574 Beverly Boulevard, right there in Los Angeles, California. I was wondering, what can our listeners expect from your up and coming performance, and of course, where can we actually purchase ourselves some last minute tickets?
Yes, I am performing tomorrow with Languages in LA. I actually performed with them once before, and it was such an amazing night. I was able to connect with so many other artists, and the founder of Languages, Nick, is wonderful. I'm so glad he asked me back. I'm going to be performing songs from S95 tomorrow night, as it was requested from some people at the last show, and it's just going to be a great time. The tickets are available right now on Eventbrite if you still want to make it.
And I gotta say as well, if I was in the area, I'd definitely slide on through. But hopefully sometime we can actually get you down to Canada for a performance. Because I gotta say, it would definitely be phenomenal to hear you perform on a Canadian stage.
That would definitely be incredible. And I have some family out there, so it's definitely something that's on my radar. I want to get back out there very soon. So hopefully I can put something together for sure.
But I have to ask, what is next for yourself? Simone, is there anything we happen to miss during this interview? Anything else you do still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on 97.7 FM this evening.
Well, I am currently working on my next EP. It should be coming out soon. No release date just yet, but definitely thinking early to mid-summertime. And I'm very, very excited about this project. I think similar to Missed Calls and Home to Me, you can really get that personal touch in all of these new songs that I have coming. And, yeah, I'm just so, so excited about this next project. But follow me on all of my social media. It's at I am Simone Cardoso. So that's the letter I, letter M, and then Simone Cardoso. And I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that EP because it's coming very, very soon.
And I gotta say first and foremost, thank you so much for just giving us a bit of your time here this evening. And I gotta give a quick shout out to Billy as well, your publicist, for actually setting this up and actually making this interview possible this evening.
Yes, love Billy. Very thankful for him for connecting us. And it's been a wonderful time talking to you. I appreciate you so much for having me. And hopefully I will connect with you again in the future, maybe at my next show in Canada.
Hey, most definitely. You're always welcome here on 97.7 FM, Simone. Thank you so much. Have yourself a wonderful performance tomorrow night, but definitely have yourself an amazing night out there in Los Angeles.
Thank you so much, and you as well.
Thank you. Bye-bye.